the beginning of times, before the Chinese started to kind of use the tea in the way we know it today, the tea was growing completely wild in the forest between Assam in India and Yunnan in China, so passing through Burma, Thailand, Laos and Vietnam. The people was using this plant in the mountain for different purposes, like herbal medicine. In Thailand and Burma, they also ferment the tea leaves and eat it, and that is called in Thailand miang. Some places here in Thailand where I see planted trees about 800 years old. The only reason why they planted the tea was to make the eating tea, the miang. When you make miang, you use all the tea, but also the big old tea leaves. But when we make tea, we only use the top 3 leaves, the buds. It started with my friend who opened a tea company in Barcelona, Mr. Per Sundman, who was also my first teacher in tea. He started 2 shops in Barcelona, and I started to open shops in Madrid. Today I'm part owner of the company, so now we have 63 shops, most of them in Spain. Well, I was working with that tea business and traveling around in Asia. Every time I came back to Chiang Mai, I felt like I wanted to live here. When I started Monsoon Tea, I found in Thailand this beautiful source of tea, that we can grow the tea in a way that the forest can be preserved. So I decided to only focus on the tea from Thailand. The normal tea that we know is from a bush called Camellia Sinensis, and it normally grows in big tea plantations. This plant was not actually the original plant. It's a domesticated version of a wild plant that we today call Camellia Sinensis Assamica. It's like wolf and dog. The wild plant is the wolf tea, and the normal tea that we drink is like the dog tea. This domesticated version of the tea plant is a weak plant. You need to help it with watering system, you need to help it with pesticides and fertilizer. It might be good pesticides and fertilizer, you can do organic pesticides and so on. Me and Vorakan Wongfu, who is my business partner, founded the company. We opened up a small shop here in Chiang Mai, and we started to source tea and started to make the flavored teas. From that small little shop, today we have a compound. That compound includes 1 retail shop, and then we have both tea shop and a restaurant. Our food menu is inspired completely by tea. Either it's like very traditional food, and the other part of the menu is food that we create with fresh tea leaves or the fermented tea leaves called miang. My speciality is to make tea from the wolf tea. Our white tea, green tea, yellow tea and black tea is from the original tea plant, the wolf tea. For some of my tea we use like old miang plantations, that the tea grows kind of high, we don't prune it and it grows like wild tea. Most of our tea, we cut down the tea trees, we prune the forest, but we keep all the trees. So the forest is intact, but it's kind of cleared out. We have 2 classes of tea. One is pure tea. The pure tea means that it's just tea from different areas, different kinds of processing with different pickings, and that changed the taste. Tea is like wine. Each area produces a certain taste. Each tea maker produces a certain taste. The process of the tea, white tea, or green tea, or black tea, its influence on the taste. Even the picking influence on the taste, and how many leaves you put influence on the tea, the weather influence on the tea. So it's like teas, you have as many teas as you have wines. And one is flavored tea. And we flavor with fruit, spices and flowers. We use natural oils. When we use spices, we don't need the oil because the spices itself like infused together with the tea. Monsoon tea is a constant development because working with the Assamica leaf is not totally the same as working with the normal tea leaves. We sell to different hotel chains and restaurants and coffee shops. Very nice brands like Prada's new coffee and tea house in Milan called Marchesi. We have a restaurant chain in Morocco. We sell wholesale in our own brand, or we co-brand, or we do completely white labeling. We also offer some tea tours going up to the mountain, and we're also offering tea workshops and tea courses. Our goal is to show Thai people that they have a very good local product. I also would like other parts of the world to see that Thailand can produce different and delicious tea and growing in a sustainable way, so we can preserve the forest that is left.